everybody. Welcome to the very last session of Rezzed 2015. And you know what that means? It's the Game Jam, everybody. The Game Jam with Creative Assembly and The Guardian. These guys are going to rock it. So, what happens for those of you who don't know, yesterday, at the beginning of the day, our teams, our lovely, beautiful teams here, got a brief. And the brief was news from The Guardian. And the briefs they had, they could choose one of these to make a game based on. And the briefs they had Jeremy Clarkson and his alleged fracas, they had the option of choosing an op-ed in The Guardian by Jessica Valente on why feminists don't all hate men. They could also choose the very sad news that Terry Pratchett passed away, of course, or Ed Miliband talking in his funny way about energy prices. So their choice, they had 12 hours, and we're about to see what they came up with. And our lovely judges here are going to judge, give feedback. Let me introduce them. We've got Gary Napper here from Creative Assembly. He's the design director there. Hi, Gary. Hello, everyone. We've got the very lovely Keith Stewart, who is the editor of the games section on The Guardian. And we've got his very lovely colleague from the games section of The Guardian, Jonathan Hayes, who's the news editor there. And all the way from across the pond from the United States of America, we have Colin McComb, who is the creative lead of Torment Tides of Numenera, the most funded game on Kickstarter. So, I'm Bertie from Eurogamer, by the way, it doesn't matter. But so we've got 6 teams to get through. They get 5 minutes each to pitch their games, sing songs, anything they can do to encourage the judges to pick their game at the end. I'm not endorsing bribing here, but I'm suggesting it. So let's get on with our first team. Our first team is Asobi. So coming up to the stage, Asobi, and show us what you've got. Guys, you've got your mics here. Yeah. And you've got 5 minutes, starting now.
Hello, we're Team Asobi. We kind of put ourselves together. We don't know each other beforehand. Well, we kind of knew each other, but there were a bunch of us. Slow down, okay. Hi, so I'm Kwang. I did the programming and the coding.
I'm Robin. I did the sound design and music. I used Logic and SoundForge mostly.
I'm Kim. I did a lot of the artwork. I used pencils and paper.
Hi, I'm Jess. I overviewed all of her art and made sure everything was correct and did all the backgrounds.
I'm Dave Cross-Charlin, 3D artist from Burning Arrow, affiliate to Alacrity Studio. I'm a 3D artist, but there's nothing 3D here, so I'll explain that later.
Great. So out of the articles, we decided to choose 2 of the articles and make a joint game. So we chose the Ed Miliband story regarding energy, and also we thought we'd choose Clarkson as the bad guy, because, you know, right now he's everyone's favourite bad guy. I'm going to push to Robin to talk about why we chose the Ed Miliband story.
Well, the principle behind the game was that the energy companies complain that they're always buying the fuel like gas and oil on the futures markets, and that's why it's slow for prices. So the principle behind the game is to get the fuel into the power station as quickly as humanly possible in order to keep the prices low.
Great. Game. So this is our game, regulated. So there's lovely Ed here, and he's got a large pipe in his hand. He's going to get the energy from the fuel over to the power station. It's very similar to, I guess, Pipe Mania. You may have seen Pipe Dreams. One of you guys want to come over and play?
Yeah. Brilliant.
Wonderful. So you've got the cursor keys to move Ed around, and then spacebar to rotate the pieces. If you hold down spacebar and move a cursor, you can swap pieces around.
Right.
So,
okay, so I use the,
yes,
okay.
space. So you see all barrels, power station, you need to get from there to there. This is just instruction, and avoid Clarkson and his punches.
Okay.
I'm going to try and punch you because he's not very nice. So you can see you've got 4 barrels on the left-hand side.
Straight into immediately.
You can see the pipes are lit up green. They're the ones with the power in them.
Clarkson is just awful.
Clarkson's brutal in this, unfortunately. He's not very happy about the energy crisis at the moment. You can see in the bottom right corner, we got 3 children who are freezing their freezing. And yeah, so you got on the right hand side, you got how much fuel you've got into the power station, and at the bottom, the red bar is coming down, showing how much time you have left to the. Yeah, so Clarkson has been a real meanie, and he's literally changing things around and making it very difficult for you. So, if you remember, if you hold down the space bar and push the direction, you can actually swap pieces around.
Okay.
So that would help you make a connection between the barrels to the power station. So as you see at the bottom there, we've got Ed Miliband, and he's quite a happy face, and let's just punch, and he's quite sad, but at the same time he's talking about the things to do with power. Yeah, so that's filling up at the moment, but you got 1. If you have all 4 connections, you'll fill up faster. So you're running out of time. I think you can just avoid Clarkson. He's a really mean guy at the moment. Oh, unfortunately he's run out of time on that one. We have maybe time for one more go.
Yeah.
One more go.
I don't think that's.
Come on, Gary, one more go. We have someone want to play? Shall we show you how to play?
Quang's now going to show us how it's done.
All right, so I'm going to move the pipes across here. You can see them light up green. I'm going to put this over here and this one over here. Get the nice cross piece in here. And that fill up the...
So basically there are 4 sets of pipes on the right and 4 sets of oil supplies on the left. If you make a connection from the left to the right by any way, then you'll start filling up the power station on the right hand side and getting the energy to the freezing cold kids at the bottom.
Damn you, Clarkson.
Clarkson's being cursed. And offensive as usual.
Good.
Right, since Quang's busy playing the game, the music, I've gone for a retro 8-bit chip feel with a bit of Commodore 64 in there. We've got 10 seconds to go in which to win.
Thank you very much.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, guys. That's Asobi with Regulate Ed. Fantastic. So, judges, let's hear what you thought. So let's start with Gary and go down the line.
I'd like to buy 50% of your company for £50. If Jonathan, are you with me? Oh no, it's not that, is it? No, I thought that was really awesome. I mean, for the time you had as well, that was absolutely incredible. A real quick question: is that grid randomly generated, or is it the same every time?
Random every time.
Okay, that's really impressive. Okay, yeah, I was really impressed with that. The good humour in the comments as well, and like the audio, I think it was a good all-round offering.
I didn't like not being able to hit Jeremy Clarkson. That you've got to give people the opportunity to do so. Well, I don't know, but I was controlling Miliband. It's my version of Miliband. I want to hit Jeremy Clarkson. But apart from that, yeah, it was great implementation of a classic game, and yeah, as you said, like randomized grids is it's very impressive the time you had. And I like the fact apparently that Ed Miliband says I love the Guardian at one point. So very well done, very well done.
Yeah, definitely extra marks for the I Love the Guardian. I thought it's superb. Like that's a great way of actually telling a story to people who maybe not reading it in news. So really impressed.
How did you guys determine Clarkson's routine?
So Clarkson will pick a point at random, head towards it as quickly as possible. Once he's there, he will randomly choose whether to hit it 1 to 3 times a piece. And if he walks past you at any point, he will throw a punch at you.
Yeah, exactly. And can you move the pipes around on the board yourself?
Yeah, so you may have noticed if you hold down the spacebar and then push in one of the 4 directions, it will swap the pipes around.
Right,
So
but I mean, can you drag it from a different...
Yeah, so by swapping them around and moving and swapping it again, you can actually drag them around that way.
Awesome, no, I could totally see spending a lot of time playing that. Good job, guys.
Wicked. Thanks again, guys. So let's move on now to Team 2, and that's Frostbite Killed My Carrots. Yeah, you can do. Yeah. Let me just put my timer on.
Sure.
I could just hold it.
We good?
Okay, guys.
Legend tells of a man. A man who fought authority in the name of the average Joe. He's been called brilliant, refreshingly genuine, and a bit of a knob. He is, of course, Jeremy Clarkson. Now, I'm sure you're all aware about the horrendous allegations against Mr. Clarkson. But don't fret, because we, Frostbite Killed My Carrots, are here to set the record straight with our 4-player game, Top Gear Evolved. So Top Gear Evolved is a 3 versus 1 asymmetrical cat and mouse brawler. On one side, Jeremy Clarkson. Enraged by the incompetence of Top Gear producer Ashim Timon, his goal, to chase down Asheen and land a clean punch to his chops. On the other side, Asheen and his protectors, James May and Richard Hammond. Now, Jeremy has a couple of pretty great abilities. He has a ground pound. By pressing A on the controller, you can perform a ground pound that knocks over Asheen's protectors and incapacitates them for a brief time. He can also collect rage juice, or beer, to get stronger over time. After 3 beers, he will evolve into his secondary form, and then into his final form. So Asheen's protectors, James May and Richard Hammond, are desperate to keep Jeremy out of trouble, and to stop him from getting into fisticuffs, they have a pretty great ability of their own. They can drop a slowdown bubble with A that will stop Jeremy in his tracks. Now their job is to keep him as far away from Asheen until the 2-minute time limit runs out, and he can escape. Asheen can do nothing but run and hide, so the rest of the team have to work together to keep him safe. Each character has a cooldown on their abilities as well, so be sure to use them wisely. And that's pretty much it, so we'll jump straight into the game. Okay, so we have the controls, we can probably skip past that. So in the bottom left, you will see Jeremy Clarkson in red, and he's trying to get to the Graham Green, the producer, to give him a big punch to the face. There's Richard and James, there's his ground pound, stopping him in his tracks, and they can drop those yellow bubbles, which will slow Jeremy down. Oh, he's got a beer, careful. There we go, nice slow down bubble. Thank you. Good work, Unity Physics, thank you. Go, 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 go. Beer, go for the beer. Evolve time. Oh, he's getting close. Stuck on the corner, stuck on the corner. He's going to get in. So there we go. We have more time. Would you like to step in and have a go? Come on, all of you. Yeah.
Who wants to be the producer?
Yep. So you are running and hiring. So who's Jeremy? Who have we got being Jeremy? The best version of the theme song we could find. Oh, he's got beer already. Why is the producer running towards Jeremy? He's asking for... He just wants to be punched. Beer, go for the beer, bottom left. Yeah. Oh God. He's got a clear run, guys.
Guys, broken arrow!
Come on, he's begging to be punched.
Got 20 seconds, guys.
20 seconds to give him a big smack in the chops. Go for it. Go through the room, Go, 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 go! Yeah. Oh. Up, right. Oh, go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Yay!
All right, that's it, guys. That's all the time. Awesome. Awesome. So that was Frostbite Killed My Carrot with Top Gear Evolved. That was very funny. Let's hear what the judges think. Start with Colin, because he's got the microphone.
All right, so that was actually pretty tense. How did you guys time the cooldowns?
Yeah.
You only had 12 hours for the whole game?
Yeah, so 3 hours of it was people, while we were still working on it, people playing it over and over and over again and balancing. So it was exposed variables of time in seconds that we were, just floats that we were literally just switching very, very slightly every time until it felt sometimes Jeremy won, sometimes they won.
Is that the only map you guys did there, too?
Yes, yeah, we tried to make it look as much like the Top Gear studio as possible.
All right, awesome.
That's weird. I never thought it'd be so much fun to be James May. That was pretty cool. That was more fun than one would expect for running around trying to stop somebody. So that seemed to be a really good mechanic, and really enjoyed it.
I like games with rage juice in, so that was a good start. Yeah, it was really good. I felt like for Clarkson it would have been nice to have some sort of, I don't know if this was, if you had some sort of dynamic for getting out of the bubbles when you're in them. Like it felt like there should have been sort of like button pounding mechanisms, sort of to get through to get through that bubble quicker. I felt like you needed something there, but yeah, it's really good fun and very satisfying getting to ground pound in the end and be victorious. That's always good. So yeah, really good. Thank you.
I was playing as a producer, Clarkson OP. It was really, really good fun. I think it was great having an asynchronous game there. A lot of teamwork needed to survive. I went against it. It felt really smooth to play, really good presentation, but I'll give you a warning on the alcohol reference because that will limit its distribution for family audiences.
It's not alcohol, it's rage.
Oh, sorry, rage juice. Oh, it's fine. Stick it on the App Store.
We actually had a lot of kids come through and play. We had to tell them it was Lucasade, so...
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Well, let's get our third team out here. Tickle Soft Kittens. Is the microphone still in? Okay.
Hello. We're ready?
Yep.
Awesome. Well, hello. Yes, we're Tickle Soft Kittens. So we...
Oh, the microphone closer.
Sorry, right. So we went for the Millbend, the kind of fiasco that's been going on with the fuel bill. But also we took into account some of the other things that kind of been muddying the waters and distracting people from the important things such as, you know, the fuel bill, such as his second kitchen. So we have made a tower defence game. So if you'd like to start. We've also got it on tablet and phone as well, so our lovely judges can have a play. So the main goal of this is that you need to distract the reporters when they come into his house from getting to the secret kitchen, which is in the middle. So they're following a set path as they go through the house. As you can see, they're moving pretty quickly. Yeah. They're moving pretty quickly, and you need to distract them with a specific bit of news. So the first one we've got there, which is for the Guardian, is the actual fuel bill, because they want to hear about that. Then we have the Sun. We distract them with the bacon sandwich. Then we have the Daily Mail, and we're distracting them with the Communist Manifesto. And then finally the Telegraph, and we're distracting them with the mention tax. So as you can see, just then, he died. They got to the second kitchen. And as you can see, he's got a very nice house. So it's nicely furnished, but still fairly modest. And he's also being very proud and British with his in his second kitchen with his Union Jacks. And also, it's much easier to play on tablet and phone, we've found. So. That's it. You guys got any questions yet, or? Just a little while you're watching, a few things about us. Two of the people on our team, me and one of the programmers, we've done a couple of jams before, but they're the three fellas. This is their first game jam, so yeah, go them. It's a very simple game.
You've got 2.5 minutes to fill.
Oh yeah, I was anticipating questions, so.
So, you guys have put it on multi-platforms?
Yes.
2 different mobile devices and PC?
Yes.
In 12 hours?
Yeah.
Can we have a round of applause, please? That's really quite impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah, wow, that's really cool. Can you explain the different items and what they do to the different reporters quickly?
Oh, sorry, yeah. So the bottom one in the green, that's the mention text, and that is for the Telegraph, because, you know, that's what they're going to be interested in. The Communist Manifesto, and that's going for the Daily Mail. So we've also tried to colour code them as well. So like the green one's going to the Telegraph, and it kind of looks green. And then we've got the bacon sandwich for the Sun, because, you know, the Sun. And then we've got sorry.
Keith, I don't know if you've realised that you're actually in the icon for The Guardian. Yeah.
Don't worry, you get your bonus points.
Thank you. And then, of course, we've got the actual proper bit of news, which The Guardian's obviously interested in that one, so.
And the more you drag and drop stuff into the field, the more fuel you burn down, yeah?
Yes, oh, sorry, I should probably mention, we didn't have quite enough time to get our fuel bar working properly there. And we also have a queue on the other side as well to show who's going to be coming in next. So later on levels, it would get, you know, having different waves coming in, different speeds, maybe even more newspapers. So.
You get a different Miliband expression for how good you do.
Yes, that was something we were going to incorporate into it, but yeah, again, only 12 hours.
But you put it on 3 platforms.
Well, there's
no excuses now.
There was no artist on the team, so because none of us have got really that much art skills, so we put it all into the programming. Yep. Oh no, it's continuous. I mean, eventually we were thinking we might put a timer into it, so like you have to survive like a minute and then like horde kind of mode. But yeah, this was for future development. Well, yeah, it's kind of fit that way, isn't it?
It's like actual journalism.
So yeah, that was going to be my question too.
Pass the microphone.
I was going to ask about the amount of newspapers queued and whether or not there could be like other levels or anything like that. I mean, obviously you had 12 hours.
Yeah, I mean, when we originally thought of the concept, we thought, yeah, let's have a bunch of different newspapers coming in, and so it would get harder and harder the more reporters you had in there, because you'd have to figure out which reporter was going to be distracted by which bit of news. So kind of, you know, the difficulty level.
Right.
Awesome, yes.
Thank you, everyone. That's Ticklesoft Kittens. And the game, I should say, that's Miliband Media Mayhem, in case you didn't pick up the name of the game. All right, judges, let's hear what you think.
Well, I'm absolutely amazed that there's so many platforms for it. In the time, that was absolutely incredible. Yeah, it felt really good to play, really smooth again. I do quite a lot of game jams, and I kind of understand the struggling without an artist because I have to do it all myself. And that game kind of like appeals to me in that front because you just did what you had, did what you did with the time you had, and I think that's absolutely great. Yeah, I really like it. It was good.
Yeah, it was interesting. The only problem is I kept throwing the bacon sandwich at me because that is literally what would stop me. Yeah, I had to get that out of my head. So it was a bit cognitive dissonance there. But yeah, no, it was really interesting, really fast. I'm just trying to think of another. I do like the idea of being able to like get DLC and get different newspapers in there. I think that would be fun. But yeah, interesting, really fast paced. I was not very good at it. What? Yeah, I've just put it under here. No one's noticed yet. That's how journalism works. So I'll give it back. But yeah, interesting.
Yeah, it's really good concept, really interesting, and really difficult, which I like in games. So that made it very fun. Quite ambitious, but to have got it on all those different platforms so quickly is very impressive.
So I was, the increasing difficulty, I think, is going to be a huge thing for you guys, making it so that you can, it starts off slow, so you can build up to a little bit, because I was sweating watching him. But it looks like it could be really cool and really fun, and I encourage you guys to keep developing it.
Awesome, thank you very much. So let's get our fourth team up here, who are Untold Rubies. There's a microphone just behind you there.
Thank you. Hi everyone, we are Untold Rubies, a group of Brunel Masters students who have come together to make our own sort of student studio. And we've come together for this game jam to make the game The Opinionator.
Yes, we picked the Ed Miliband article as well. It was quite a challenge for us because we're all foreign, and we thought it would be interesting to show our take on the UK politics. And we designed a game where we give the player the opportunity to experience all the different tactics that are employed in politics, and in order to negotiate with different parties and get influence in order to win. So it's a touchscreen two-player game where you compete against your friend in a political campaign in order to influence some parties and beat him.
Right, so that's the idea. And this is the layout. The basic idea of the game is that you have 4 buttons. One to raise funding for your campaign, and 3 different types of actions that you can employ. So the main groups of influence that we identified in politics are big business, as symbolized by the nuclear plant. Well, the media, of course, with the podium and the press conference, and the everyday man and woman in their kitchens. Yeah, so the game will tell each player how they're doing through Twitter feeds. So Twitter will pop up on each of these buttons telling the player the feedback from that particular group. And additionally, we introduce a worm in the middle, the green bar, that shows which side is generally gaining in the public's favor. So yeah, let's have a go. Oh. There we go. It's not showing up on the screen. So, little disclaimer, we left all our programmers at home. All our technical-minded people went out of the country for the weekend. So we were struggling a bit, and we can't use Windows. There we go. Okay. Thanks for hanging with us. Oh dear. Well, this is a game as it would look like, and I'm just going to narrate anyway without playing. No, leave it on. Leave it on, I tell you. So we're comic relief. So,
yeah, it's working.
Perfect. So who knows these people? We have David Cameron on the left and Ed Miliband on the right for some reason. Kind of got switched around. Now Tories are on player 1 on the bottom. Labour is red on the top. Things would be reversed for the mobile version, but to make it better readable, we made it like this. So we can see polls coming in. This is actually a thing that is employed very often in Australian politics shows and in Britain used in the last general election as well. People can vote in during political debates, and the graph will show who is more in the public's favor. So it seems to be going quite steady.
Okay, guys, we've only got a few more moments.
All right. Yeah, so that's us. Thanks for bearing with us. Next year we bring a programmer, I guess.
Thank you very much. So that was Untold Rubies. What was the name of the game?
The Opinionator.
Opinionator. So that was the Opinionator. Well done, guys. So judges, let's hear what you thought.
I can't believe you guys did that
Actually,
without
take
a
it.
programmer on your team. That's, as a creative person, I understand your pain, so I'm seriously impressed that you guys got as far as you did. I'd be really excited to actually see what the gameplay looks like actually what we're doing and how we're interacting with it.
There was... You couldn't really see... Oh, you can see, yeah.
Yeah, and we couldn't see it on the display here.
Yeah, sorry.
So it was touch screen. You didn't see, but they're touching at the same time as the kind of messages were coming up, and you're choosing the messages. Is that right?
I couldn't see what the gameplay looked like.
Yeah, so basically how it works is that the messages pop up and inform you on your standing with that particular group. So big business would tweet, well, good job, or well, we don't really like you very much. Sort of veiled, of course. And you push the buttons, you can choose, each button has a cooldown, so you can choose to raise funding that you can spend then on different groups to gain influence.
Cool. That was really ambitious, guys. Nice work.
Thanks.
So was it two players? You're against another human being or against a computer, or what's...
Yeah, 2 players. So the idea is that it's a mobile game and both players can simultaneously play, and the graph would show whether or not you're winning over your friend.
And how would you win in the end?
Well, there's selection time at the end, so when the graph reaches the far side, whoever is in front wins.
Cool, very ambitious.
Oh, cheers.
It's almost like a kind of a meta joke about politics, in that you wait around for a long time trying to understand what's going on, and then nothing happens. But no, I really like the look of it. I love the fact that you've got kind of a social media angle into it now, which is so massively important in politics now. Trying to win that media war, not with us the journalists, but with people people using social media themselves. So I think it's really fascinating. You've kind of engaged with that sort of angle, which is what I kind of wanted when I started when I sort of put this idea forward, like the idea of trying to get involved with political processes and how it works. So I'm really, really fascinated by it. I just kind of wish I'd sort of got the chance to see more.
Yeah, us too.
I kind of share that sentiment in that it is, out of all the entries we've seen so far, it seems to be the one that's delved most into representing what the story was about and kind of giving you a more view of politics and how things worked and putting you in that position of trying to solve the situation yourself. I really like the inclusion of the worm as well. That's a really interesting visual indicator. I've seen a lot of new stuff, so yeah, great stuff. Awesome.
Cheers.
Awesome, thanks again, guys. Okay, let's bring our 5th team to the table. That's Ultra Testibus. Yes, yeah. Oh, there's one here. Sorry, yeah.
Okay. The year is 20-something. Corporations have a stranglehold on the world's energy services, and their greed has resulted in the suffering of millions. One man's quest to the east to acquire the sacred off-gem, a jewel of incredible power, with his own... and Miliband.
Hello everyone. We have made the game Milli Killy, which is a vague Japanese for Miliband cuts. Can you guys pick up and have a play? While I need to calibrate the microphone for this to work. We have reimagined the story of Ed Miliband's tale, fighting with his brother trying to cut fuel prices. Can I get you guys, you're being quite quiet already. Cool, perfect. Can you guys be really loud for a second? Louder! Excellent. Okay, so this is a competitive game which uses you guys' loudness to determine how much action is happening on the screen. The two characters on the left and right are trying to cut as many bills as they can. But the fun thing about it is you guys can also make it tricky for them by being quiet. So you could be like... Excellent, wonderful. So this is essentially a 3-player game where these guys win, but you also win all the time as well. Can we get 2 of you guys to have a round? That would be grand. Okay, can you keep it loud while we reset the match? Go. Don't press. Keep going. I need to... Okay, cool. Right.
So the controls are, if you jump once, you'll do a ninja flip. And if you jump again, then you'll do like an aimed ninja super kick. Like that. So jump in the air and then aim with the left stick and jump. And you can jump up, you can jump down. If you smash down, you do like a JW style, like screen shot. Right, go for it! Oh yeah, and also this is Ed and David Miliband. Yeah.
You can't kill each other, you're brothers. Okay, Keith playing Ninja Ed Miliband. You can jump on his head to get higher in order to catch more bills. Cut more prices. Reduce the cost of fuel. Okay. Thank you.
All right, thanks very much, guys. That was Ultra Test the Bus with Miri Kiri, which was awesome. Judges, let's hear what you thought.
I've never played anything like that in my life. That took the whole kind of audience participation into a game as like another player to another level. I thought that was really, really interesting. I kind of really like what we did with the mechanic of making that spawn things. I think I'd like to have seen that kind of changed into a more tricky mechanic where you can maybe get combos by getting noise and then not noise and things like that. But yeah, it was really, really good fun. I really like what you did there. Good work.
Yeah, it's kind of Fruit Ninja meets a drunken rabble kind of thing. I think it'll work amazingly well in as a kind of instalment game, you know, or it's an event like kind of Wild Rumpus or something, where, you know, there's been a sort of this new era of really kind of social dynamic games, things like Johann Sebastian Joust. I think kind of works in that, you know, with an audience. I think it's brilliant. And in fact, what you're doing is kind of exploring the political idea of the rabble controlling what happens as well, which I think is really interesting. So, by rabble I mean voters. Yeah, fascinating. I've never seen like a crowd mechanic used in that way. I think that was really good.
I think having the third player as the audience is superb, and really enjoyed watching that. I would have liked the characters to have been able to do each other damage as well, but you know, keeping it sort of family friendly. I think it was very good as it was. Yeah, great.
Yeah, the use of the microphone was novel. That was the meta commentary was also brilliant. I thought that was pretty great. I would have liked to have seen more damage and interaction with each other, and then also like some visible scoring or some sort of game end thing. But for Jesus, seriously, you guys are putting out great stuff in 12 hours. 8 hours.
There is scoring and a visible end. There were 2 bars on the side, and the end screen we forgot to put a pause to stop you from skipping it.
Got it.
So we were mashing A, and that was
Right, got it. So that was where the cut prices thing kept coming in.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Let's get our 6th and final team up here. Brioche and Crackers. There's a microphone just behind the this one. Yeah, just there. This one there? Yeah.
Testing. Okay, hello. So we are Team Brioche and Crackers. First off, my name is James Woods, and I'm the lead designer.
My name's Tanya Down. I did programming. Also, because we lacked an artist, I had to source as many free assets as I could to make the scene look good.
Hi, I'm Jack. I did all the design and the story, coming up with the story of the game.
Hi, my name's Jason Tian, and I also did some of the programming. Oh, and by the way, I came up with Brioche and Crackers.
Okay, so we decided to name our game Pratchett's Legacy. We decided to do the article on Terry Pratchett passing. It was very unfortunate. So this game is basically a tribute to the wonderful mind that was Terry Pratchett. It's kind of half and half a mishmash of the fantasy and ridiculous worlds that he created in his novels, and we tried to incorporate some more realistic elements of his life in the game. So, for example, sadly he had Alzheimer's, and we tried to show some of these aspects within some elements of the game. I'll pass you on to Tanya, who will explain a bit more about how to play.
Okay, if you could start up the game, please, and then I'll talk about how you play. So here's the lovely Terry Pratchett. James did some of the menu screens, and if we just have a look at the instructions. We wanted to keep all the movement and jumping very simple because we were thinking about eventually porting it to like a mobile platform. So basically you're just moving around using WASD, and to collect some of the items that you see around the level, you just walk into them. You do have jump, because there will be some platforms, including moving ones, that you have to jump on top of. Play.
So we start off in his garden, in Terry Pratchett's garden, and with most scrollers, with most platformers, they go to the right first. So we sort of block that off, so we make sure that you see the chest. The chest, if you've read any of Terry Pratchett's books, you'll know what that chest might be, but it's just foreshadowing what's to come. So eventually you'll figure out to go back to the left and back into the house. We didn't actually have any artists for the whole of the jam, so it hopefully shows off that you can get some quite good assets online for free. So, yeah. And off into the house he goes.
Yeah, you can just see Jason put in some transition effects showing that you're entering an inside building, and this was onto a level that James built.
Okay, so this is the level I worked on. When I heard of Terry's passing, I heard that he was surrounded by friends and family and his cat. So we tried to incorporate that on top of the chest there, on top of the bookshelf. So I believe you have just picked up a page. Terry tends to leave his pages that he likes to, with his new novels, he likes to leave his pages lying around, as well as his keys, which he seems to forget on random parts of the level. So you're going to have to collect those before you're able to move on at all. As you can see, you're being blocked by that doorway there, so until you retrieve any of the missing items, you won't be able to maneuver on to the next level. For any avid fans out there of Terry Pratchett, you might remember a certain character called the Luggage. We tried to incorporate him in this game in the form of some kind of chasing enemy. Right, so we wanted to have him as a bit of a hazard so that we could add him in further on in the levels, so that you kind of have an element of being chased around and trying to avoid obstacles and whatnot. Unfortunately, our sound technician couldn't be here today, but he provided us with a lot of zany music that we thought really fit with the idea of Terry Pratchett's novels and the worlds that he created. So,
all right, guys, that's all we got time for, I'm afraid. So, but thank you very much, Brioche and Crackers.
Thank you very much.
And that's Pratchett Mania, did you say? What's the name of the game, sorry?
Pratchett's Legacy.
Pratchett's Legacy, sorry. Okay, judges, Pratchett's Legacy. You've got a microphone. Colin, let's hear you first.
So doing a platformer is pretty hard. Have you guys had any experience doing platformers before?
This is my first platformer, but I actually found it was very, like, coming from doing 3D in Unity, it was easy to adapt to and really enjoyable.
I've never actually done any platformers before, so this is my first one, but I found it pretty enjoyable as well, and I can see a lot of different applications that could be used and different ways you can express yourself with this type of game.
We did it at Unity as well, and this is my first time I've ever used Unity, so it was quite fun to just tinker around and work things out.
I did the platformer once in Unity. It wasn't very good.
I really like the fact that you've put Alzheimer's into the game and actually made it a sort of real key element of it, which would be great for a way of introducing younger people, perhaps, to things like Alzheimer's, but in a way in which they can engage with and play. I think that's a really good and really clever idea. Very impressive.
Thank you.
What would be really cool, speaking of the Alzheimer's angle, is if the key disappeared or moved depending on how long you were away from it. I think that would be a really neat touch.
Yeah, I think that would be good for like random generating around the level.
Yeah, it was ambitious to take on a platformer that wasn't kind of procedurally generated. Because obviously you've only got a certain amount of time that you can create levels, and one of the biggest problems with that is creating assets to fill those levels. Designing levels. So that was quite an ambitious thing to do. I like the fact, like Jonathan said, that you'd address that, which is very difficult. And this is a very difficult subject to take on anyway, because he was a dearly loved author. So I think it was really interesting. And the way you got aspects of his life in as well, and started off with a quote. I think it was always going to have to be quite a literary game. So the fact that you sort of brought in elements of writing, I think, was very good.
Thank you.
I really like, this is all assets you've just sourced, right? It's the stuff you've just found and put in.
Yeah, from the asset store, as well as free PNG images for the transparent backgrounds.
I think just the visual presentation of it, I really love the idea of going for the mixing his fantasy world with his real life, and managing to do that with just sourced assets. I think you've got a really polished looking thing here as well. I would have liked to seen a bit more of it, because you guys stopped before we got to this awesome thing that's happening behind us right now, and I'm like, what's going on there? You've got clouds and a big old dragon in the background. Overshot and ran out of time.
Yeah, I think we overshot our presentation right there.
No, I would have liked to see more.
You went to get to a stairway to heaven, and at the top of the stairs there's going to be this chest, and then you go to open the chest, and it turns out it's another one of those like mimic luggage things, and it chases you all the way back down to the garden. So that was.
Well, I like it. You got a lot of core ingredients, like finding the keys to get out and collecting the pages from the books. So I think there's a lot of good links there. You can develop that further. I think it'll be solid.
All right, thank you guys. Thank you all of the teams. Now, judges, it's going to be over to you to take a short time to deliberate and then let me know the top 3 games and then we'll decide a first, second and third place. But thank you everyone. We'll name a winner, but thank you everyone for taking part. What we saw was awesome. And in the meantime, while the judges are deliberating, you can go ahead and do that now. I'm going to call up to the stage from Creative Assembly, Will and Henry, and we're just going to banter a little bit about what we've seen.
Hello there, Bertie. Let me swap your mic. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
These are also the guys with the prizes, actually.
Oh yeah, I should mention, that's why we're here, to give you game jammers some prizes. I think I'm failing at miking. So, one, I want to say thank you to all the game jammers for being, once again, the most resplendiferous groups to come together and make a game in 12 hours.
Well, we should specify. So they had 8 hours to make the game, then I think 4 hours to polish. Is that right?
So only 8 hours to actually make a thing?
I know. I don't do anything in 8 hours. So let's go through the game. So what do you think of Regulate Ed? That was the first game. That was from Asobi.
Okay, so I love, obviously, Pipe Mania is amazing, and anyone who's played too much Bioshock.
I played way too much Bioshock. I'm deeply sorry.
So that was a really interesting one, although I don't know if it was immediately obvious that you could swap the puzzle pieces around. Because when I saw that you could do that when I had a second playthrough, I was like, say, what?
Okay, awesome. So moving on to the second game, that is Top Gear Evolved. And let me tell you, so it's on the laptop here, you guys can't see that, but it's Jeremy Clarkson's face wobbling with his spooky red eyes. And
it's
that's
absolutely
the
terrifying.
whole time.
Yeah.
So what did you think?
Well, obviously the reference to other games was very well received by myself. Oh, is it not? Is it picking me up? Oh my, hello. Yeah, I thought it was a great mechanic, the asymmetric thing, and I love the fact that the producer had no defenses himself, which really encourages the other teammates to have to look after him and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I love the evolution mechanic, the rage juice as well, I thought was very well implemented.
The rage juice was fantastic.
Yeah, and even though Clarkson was the bad guy, we kind of had you rooting for him, and it was really tense, yeah.
Awesome. So, Will, let's move on to the third game, and that's Miliband Media Mayhem. What do you think of this? What do you make of this?
Miliband Media Mayhem, that was fast. I know the judges were saying, they were sweating watching it playing. I'm sweating in the corner over there. I'm like, how do you know how many things are coming at you? And they're in different colours, and now there's more colours. Was that a bacon sandwich? What's happening? I'm very confused.
I was pretty confused watching that, but, they seem to know what they were doing there, but rather than me, in that case. Fourth game, The Opinionator. It was a unique take on our politics from a different perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that that was one with the Twitter integration where you had you were getting the Twitter feedback. I think that, like the judges were saying, that was really interesting just as sort of a reflection on how modern politics are, that so much of it is to do with pleasing the public, and we live in the Twitter age. We're so connected to politicians through that. I thought that was a really interesting mechanic.
Yeah, definitely. And then the incredible introduction to the next game, which was Miri Kiri. That was awesome.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Seriously, props to holding that voice for as long as you did. And as we both love puns, so Miri Kiri, absolutely killed me. I'm over there corpsing.
And then finally, quickly on to the last game, which is Pratchett's Legacy.
Man, the passing of Pratchett hit me so hard in the feels, and I really respect those guys for choosing that as a topic, because that's not easy. That's something that's very dear to a lot of people. And they did a great job. I'm really happy with that.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it was wonderful, as the judges were saying as well, to see his literary career blended with his real life and stuff like that. It was a really interesting take.
Yeah, it was a touching testament. So it looks like the scores. It looks like... Oh, that's it. Okay, yeah. Right, well, we'll just wait around then. So they're in. We're gonna. We'll start with the third place in a second, and then we'll call you onto stage. You come collect the stuff, and just hang out up here, just looking cool. So let's hear again. Thank you everyone for entering. It's incredible what you managed to do in such a short space of time, and I'm sure everyone will echo that. But let's get our third place. So judges, Gary, voice of the judges. Let us have it.
Did I just get promoted to voice of judges? All right. Put on my business.
Let's hear it. Who came third?
In third place. Asobi with Regulate Ed.
Well done, guys. Have we come? Yeah. Fantastic, guys. And yeah, come and collect your prizes. Okay, judges. It's getting tense now. So let's hear who's in second place.
In second place, with Top Gear Evolved, was Frostbite Killed My Carrots.
Rage Juicer. Well done, guys. Okay. And then finally.
And finally.
The winner of the 2015 Rezzed Game Jam.
By Creative Assembly and The Guardian. See, I've got us covered.
Well done. There we go.
Is Ultra Tester Bus with Mary Kay.
Hey!
You're supposed to hug on stage where everyone can see you.
Yeah, don't keep it to yourselves. Come on, guys.
Yay!
He's been jumped on. Fantastic.
And that's the
let's hear from your. Sorry, I gave you a static shock there. Can we hear? Can you do your voice again?
Well, I suppose I can. It was tough today, you know. The blood, sweat, and tears from the 8 hours. I don't know if we can do it all over again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, again, thank you, everyone. Thank you, all of you guys, for coming. Anyone who's watching this on Twitch, thanks for watching. Judges, Gary, Keith, Jonathan, Colin, thank you so much. Creative Assembly, everyone in the whole wide world, thank you. That was awesome. I hope you enjoyed it. Come to Rezzed next year. Thanks again. Everyone has to, the show has closed, I've just been informed. Everyone has to go to the